Come sing with me!
Hello everyone, Equipment Warrior, and welcome to my Rocket Jump tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you all the basic you need to know in rocket jumping. And some of this even apply on sticky jumping as well. First thing you all need to know is you need to practice a lot. If you not get it on the first try, don't give up. Just continue trying and trying. You will get good at it eventually. But that's it, let's go right into it. To do this short version of a normal jump, you're just gonna jump, fire a rocket, and then press the W or your forward key. This is a basic jumping which are good to learn and get to places which not are very high up. That was the short version of a normal jump, and now I'm gonna show how to do the higher version of the same jump. To do the high jump, you actually gonna do almost the same as the first lower jump, but with one crucial difference. You're gonna press your crouch button. You press your crouch button and your jump button and you fire a rocket and you press forward. Then you will get almost double the height. So you just jump, press the crouch button, shoot a rocket and press the forward key to jump much higher than before. As you can see in the clip right here, you can use this technique to jump forward as well, but it's not very efficient, and I'm gonna show a better technique for jumping forward later in the video. And now I'm gonna show how to rocket climb. To start your climb, you're gonna shoot your rockets almost straight down, but you need to have a little bit angle outwards, because if you're shooting absolutely straight down, you can't jump on the actual wall. So try to shoot in this angle I'm doing right now, almost straight down. And you also need to press the crouch key at all time and hold your forward key at all time and just have the same angle and shooting into wall, as I'm doing right now. And now we are reached to pogo jumping. Pogo jumping, I want to say, is one of the most important things to learn. It just seems strange just to jumping on the same place and don't really touch the ground. You pogo jumping with rockets. You're just shooting rockets and bounce up and down all the time on the same place. But it's very important to learn, because many of the jumps you want to do, if you're gonna jump off buildings or everything like that, you need to be able to pogo jump. It's a very important thing to learn actually. And I'm gonna go over how to do it. To start a pogo jump, just shoot a rocket straight down, do not press jump. When you started the jump, just hold down your firing button and continue shooting straight down. And use your forward or side key to navigate, and do not do any fast movements or that will destroy your jump. And a good way to practice pogo jumping when you're on a jump map like this, it's you're gonna try to jump as stationary as possible. Just try to be in the same place just to control your jump and get a feeling for how to do it. An important thing to know is when you're shooting a rocket straight down, you're going faster and faster, and eventually you're going so fast that you are traveling faster than your rockets do. To compensate for your fast movement in the pogo jumping, you're gonna shoot the rockets more in front of you all the time. The faster you go, the more in front of you you need to shoot the rockets. And by the way, the rockets are coming from a slightly angle depending on which side you have your rocket launch on. To compensate for this movement, you should always press the opposite movement key every time you fire a rocket. And now I'm going to show how to jump from walls and other 90-degree surface, or any surface for that matter. To jump from an object, there are two things that are very important to know. The first thing is that it is the height you're shooting your rocket in. If you're shooting very low, you will fly high, but you will fly a less distance and you will fly with less speed. By shooting higher on the object, you will fly with less height, but you're going to have much higher speed and you're actually going to travel further. And by the way, you need to press your forward key and your side key at the same time as you're shooting a rocket in the wall or the object. And you need to press crouch and jump, just as the jump before. And now we have reached the air control, or strafing. And this is very important to know, because this applies to every jumping you do in the entire game, even if you're jumping as a scout. To control yourself through the air, you never gonna press forward. Never press forward if you want to strafe. Press left or right and hold that key down, and slowly move your computer mouse in the direction you want to travel. So if you're pressing left, you're gonna slowly turn your computer mouse left and right, the same thing, slowly turning to right. And I have to mention, do not forget to press crouch. You need to have crouch all the time and never let go of that button when you're air strafing. And now we're gonna talk about how to synchronize rockets. This is much more complex than the other thing I talked about. So this is much harder to learn than the other thing, and I am still not an expert on this one, but I'm gonna do my best to tell you about how it works. Synchronizing rocket means that you're using two rockets to jump. You're shooting one rocket and before you land, and then you fire another rocket and use both of the rockets at the same time to jump. You will get much higher with just using one rocket. But the tricky part is to fire the first rocket at the right time, so it will hit the ground the same time as you do a normal high rocket jump. And once again, synchronizing rockets is pretty hard to do, so you need to experiment and figure out what height you're gonna use for your rockets. And now we're gonna talking about shooting a rocket on the side of you to gain more height and more speed. You have probably already seen me shooting a rocket on the side of me when I'm gonna do the jumps. And that is because if you're jumping on a flat surface like a normal floor or something like that, you will not gain any height or speed if you do a normal jump. You will just get high up in the air and then land relatively close to where you started. To do a side jump, walk either to the right or left, use the right or left button to move around, shoot the rockets right into the ground, and continue to press your left or right button, and you need to press crouch at all time, just as before, and then you can perform this jump. And this takes also a good amount of practice, but after a while it will be second nature for you, and you can't even rocket jump with another way in this one, and this is the best way to rocket or jump on a flat surface. And now we have reached the last topic, jumping diagonally on the side of a wall. Jumping on the side of a wall and continue jumping on the side of the wall is very similar to climbing we did in the beginning of the clip. To continue jumping on the wall, you're gonna press your forward key and you're gonna press your key which are on the direction you want to travel. So you wanna go right on the wall, you press forward all the time, and then every time you shoot a rocket, you press forward every time you shoot a rocket. And you need to have crouch in the whole time. If you let go of crouch, it will not work. And this, once again, need a lot of practice to get used to. And that was my beginner's guide for rocket jumping. I hope you guys like it, and I hope you guys are going to find these tips useful. And thanks for watching, everyone, and happy rocket jumping!